Hey there, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review for another Dolph Lundgren film in the Dolph Lundgren Marathon. Now we get to a film that, it's funny, in the same year as, in my opinion, his worst fucking film, Retrograde, he came out with two other films which were pretty fucking decent. One is a film called Direct Action, which I have reviewed. Really entertaining, fun film. Just Dolph Lundgren kills a lot of people. The movie. So very entertaining film, direct action. And then this film, which he directed. Now, I could be wrong, but I remember hearing that I think Sidney J. Fury or someone was going to direct this, but things didn't work out, so Dolph directed it. And I think this is the first film Dolph Lundgren directed. And he did a wonderful job. The Defender, I would say, is one of his best direct-to-video films. And, well, it says here, in his directorial debut, Dolph Lundgren. This film, a show that Dolph, as well as films like Command Performance and The Russian Specialist, he could be a pretty damn good director. And the plot is very straightforward. It's a siege movie. That was another thing. Not only was it cool for Dolph to get a chance to direct, that he did a really good job. He handled the action scenes in a consistent manner without too much shaky cam, without quick cutting. I understood what was going on. Violent. That's the thing with Dolph directs movies; they can be pretty damn violent, which I appreciate. Like Command Performance, he's fucking drumsticks through people's throats, and Russian Specialist. Yeah, shotgun fun here. Uh, blood squibs. A lot of bodies hit the floor in this movie. And it was cool to see Dolph in a siege movie. Once in a while I would say, oh, this is kind of like Dolph's doing the Soul in Precinct 13, but I kind of stopped saying that because the Soul in Precinct 13 with John Carver is on a level of its own. Although I would say I prefer this more than the remake of Soul in Precinct 13. Because what the movie is, Dolph Lundgren was in a military operation, things went haywire, he got captured, and this is the beginning of the film, and I thought it was well directed, where it wasn't too flashy. It got the point across that it was trying to tell. Dolph sees these very gory dead bodies of other soldiers, and he thinks he's going to get shot, but his other fellow comrades get shot, and instead he's tied up and beaten up, and pictures are taken of him. I guess the show, I don't know, they tortured him, or they ransomed him, or they did something to him. And then cuts back and he's home. And back home, he's a bodyguard, him and his team. They guard the NSA advisor, this lady who, at this point, is meeting someone in a remote hotel. And Dolph and his team are going to go there and protect her and whoever the hell she's meeting. And I thought the cast was pretty solid. There's not really anyone in the cast I thought was lame or weak. I thought Dolph's team, all the acting was pretty good. This lady here, who's very friendly with Dolph, she did a good job. The NSA lady, she was solid. And yes, I can't believe I'm saying this, Jerry Springer is in this film. Yes, that Jerry Springer. And he plays the President of the United States. I'm not shitting you. Jerry Springer is the... Maybe that's how I should have started the video. This movie has Jerry Springer as the President of the United fucking States. And you know what? He didn't do that half bad of a job. Like, once in a while the movie would cut away to him in his office, and there's some shenanigans going on. He's not a bad guy, but you realize there's some little plot twist going on, which I thought was dealt fairly well compared to other movies that try to do plot twists, and I thought this one handled it fairly decently. But yeah, Jerry Springer wasn't that bad. And to be honest, even on his show, which I didn't watch much of, I've seen bits and pieces, he wasn't really the bad part of the show. It was just the things people saw it for, the guess. You know, you fucked my cousin and my pig. Whatever the hell the guests were doing. And I didn't see that movie was a Ringmaster, Jerry Springer's Ringmaster, which has fucking Michael Dudikoff in it. The American Ninja. Michael Dudikoff is in Jerry Springer's Ringmaster. So if I ever do a Dudikoff marathon, not anytime soon, that means I would have to watch fucking Ringmaster. Probably, maybe. But Jerry Springer wasn't that bad. He wasn't that bad in the movie. He really wasn't. I've seen far worse people play the president. So, yeah, it's a very straightforward film for the most part. They get this hotel, this meeting set up. These snipers pop out of nowhere. They shoot some of his men, including one in the neck. Nice bloody effect. And then for a good chunk of the film, it's a siege movie where people just coming out of the woodwork to get at Dolph and his team, and mainly the NSA lady and whoever she's meeting. So Dolph and his team are just battling them on these people coming from the outside, trying to get into this hotel that Dolph and his team are in. I thought that was cool. Like I said, Dolph handled it very well. It's a good looking movie. I didn't think it looked cheap at all. I thought it had. I didn't notice really any CGI. It's practical blood squibs, real explosions. Someone shoots a rocket and blows up a car near them, and the firefights are well handled. Again, I don't notice shaky cam and quick cutting, which is why I was disappointed in a film like Missionary Man, because Dolph Lundgren directed that, and that's really poor, especially because those action scenes are poorly done and choreographed or directed. I'm like, Dolph, I know you can do better because you handled stuff like this very well. So I don't know what the fuck happened. If it's just trying something new, which backfired, I don't know. But here he handles the directed action scenes very solid for a guy that it's his first film directing. And that simple fun fact of when I see a Dolph Lundgren movie, I want to see him kick a lot of ass, and he does. He breaks a guy's arm, he's killing some. Someone throws a grenade, and while there's firefight in his kitchen, he throws it back. Big explosion. There's people trying to repel and break through the window. Him and his team are shooting them. One of Dolph's men gets killed by an RPG, and they find the body. Very bloody aftermath. The guy's face is all fucked up and burned up. I like that Dolph gets pissed. It just picks up the guy, his buddy's sniper rifles, just starts shooting, takes some of the motherfuckers out. I like that part. There's firefights in the lobby. They get in this underground passage that's behind the bookcase. They put some bombs and claymores to fuck up the bad guys, and then you get a little bit more of the plot. There's some things are not what they seem to be. It's pretty much to figure out. Some people want to take over. There's a conspiracy within the government to topple the president. So things are going on and things are being manipulated in order to find out who those people are. Meanwhile, Dolph's job, his only job is to be the bodyguard, to protect. And the movie goes at a fast pace. This film, I never got bored at all. It's 90 minutes long. It's the right running time. It moves along when it needs to be. There's a mole among Dolph's group. Um, I like that bit of part of the story. Made it a little bit more interesting. They get to the outside, more firefights, blood squibs. There's a firefight among the woods. And spoiler alert, folks, starting now, because you already know my thoughts of the film. I don't really have much problems with the flick. Before I get into that, I'm trying to think, do I really have? Being greedy, I'm always down for Dolph kicking even more ass, whether it be fisticuffs or maybe throwing some shotgun fun or anything of the sort. But I'm always greedy for more of that. Uh, I don't really have much problems with the flick for what it was supposed to be, for what it was trying to be. So, I mean, getting to the ending, you find out that this lady that I showed the back of the DVD of, who was the buddy of Dolph, she's the mole. And I'm trying to remember when I first saw it, if I guessed that or not. I don't know. I'm not sure. But, she did a good job in her role. Dolph, picks up a knife and throws it and kills her with the knife. That was satisfying. I liked the piece of music in the end credits. I don't know the name of the song, but I thought it was a pretty decent song. I didn't mind the song at all. I actually listened to it throughout the end credits. And overall, it's a very. Let me put it this way. There was a Jean-Claude Van Damme film I reviewed when I reviewed all the Van Damme movies called Second in Command, which in a way was a siege movie as well. And I thought it was okay. Like, it's alright. Time waster. I didn't hate the film. But this is definitely a better version. In a way, it's not the exact same plot, but better version of that film is this. Between the two Siege films, this one definitely did a better job. You felt Dolph was able to kick more ass, sadly, than Van Damme did in Second Command. Like, Second Command, I don't know what year it came out, but it should have learned some stuff from this movie. Someone among that production should have seen this film and learned a couple things. Hey, maybe have Dolph Lundgren direct. Well, he already directed this, so it'd be repetitious. But I would also say have Dolph Lundgren direct a film starring Van Damme. That'd be interesting. But Defender, definitely one of Dolph's best direct-to-video films. I would say that. If I made a list of the top 5 best direct-to-video Dolph Lundgren movies, this would definitely be on the list. I like the concept. I like Dolph being a siege movie. A lot of action, big body count. Uh, the cast is pretty decent. Yes, even Jerry Springer. And wasn't that boring. And Dolph, he did a good job as a director, man. He really did. And he would continue to prove it with films like The Russian Specialist and Command Performance. So, part of me has to wonder, though, if maybe he did this after he did Retrograde. Like, maybe, like, man, this is such a piece of shit. I gotta start directing my own fucking movies. If somehow that came out that was the case, I would fucking laugh my ass off and could perfectly understand that. Dolph's like, this fucking retrograde shit. Why am I doing this shit? I gotta take this in my own fucking hands. Again, I could see that if that's the case. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye bye.